Recently, Mike Tyson got on the news. And no, not for the reasons you're expecting. It's something that Tyson always had a problem with, and hence gotten him in the spotlight once again. Stay tuned and watch. Mike Tyson has been the man of controversies throughout his life. The man is a badass in the actual sense of the word. He went to jail when he was just 14, and then again, he went to jail for 3 years when he was convicted of rape back in 1991. His controversial behavior has impacted his life and his career greatly. Everyone would agree with the fact that his career would have been a lot better if he didn't get himself into such things. Recently, Mike Tyson was in Florida having a great time. The legendary boxer turned cannabis businessman was eating edibles on the annual marijuana holiday and telling the thousands gathered in Robin Williams Meadow in Golden Gate Park that they were taking the good vibes to another level. However, Tyson had to fly back to Florida, so he got on a plane and, well, it turned out to be adventurous. A JetBlue passenger sitting behind him in first class seemingly ruined his high. After the men reportedly kept harassing Tyson, that is not the right man to harass, especially when he's in another zone. As one would expect, a video from TMZ Sports shows Tyson appearing to repeatedly punch the man and bloody his face on a passenger jet late last night. A man can be heard saying in one of the videos posted to TMZ, "My boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson. What an honor." The passenger who got beat up by Tyson is identified as George, as a witness filming the interrogation spotted 3 or 4 bloody cuts on the side of his head. Moments after the encounter, a representative for Tyson told the Washington Post that the passenger in question threw a water bottle at Tyson. "This guy is definitely nuts." Magnano further added, "Unfortunately, Mr. Tyson had an incident on a flight with an aggressive passenger who began harassing him and threw a water bottle at him while he was in his seat. It was not immediately clear whether Tyson was arrested or faced charges stemming from the incident." San Francisco Police Department spokeswoman Catherine Winters said, "Officers detained and released 2 people, one of whom provided minimal details of the incident and refused to cooperate further with police investigations. SFPD is aware of the video that possibly captured the incident, which has been forwarded to the San Mateo County Sheriff's Office. What happened on that flight was actually really upsetting to Mike, because the man has been trying his best to be a better man. He's reshaped himself into a humanitarian and a family man, an unlikely redemption story." Tyson once said, "I'm capable of helping a lot of people less fortunate than myself. That's what I'm capable of doing all over the world. I'm a missionary in a perfect world. What I'm trying to do in the ring, I realize, is a gift not only for myself." He further added, "Before, it was all about me and the hot chicks and the nice cars and planes and the boats. That doesn't do it for me anymore. So I want another way. I want to help somebody else, I guess, right? Because I don't get into that anymore. I like my pigeons and my fancy clothes, but other than that, I don't want anything. I have a life." On Wednesday, Tyson went to San Francisco to appear at the 420 Hippie Hill Festival to promote his cannabis brand and present Eve Mayer, who headed up the nonprofit San Francisco Suicide Prevention for 30 years, with the festival's inaugural Community and Compass Award. According to SF Gate, people said that Tyson was actually in a good mood to start the day at the event. He said, "Listen, we're gonna take this to another level in life. I'm the world champion, and now I'm the world champion of cannabis, and we can't be stopped. Look at us. Thousands of people looking at us, and we're getting high. This is beautiful. Look at me, baby. Look how beautiful I look up here." Too bad the day ended with the disaster we just talked about. Mike Tyson is getting into yet another fight. And speaking of fights, that takes us to our very other exciting news for the day. As you guys might be aware, that Conor McGregor has been out of action since he got injured during his fight against Dustin Poirier. He started again, as we saw in one of the videos he posted on Twitter. Now the talks of his comeback have started, and with that, the possible opponent for him when he makes his comeback, talking about the gold in the welterweight championship that is now held by Kamaru Usman. We have so many great fighters who can take him on a run for his money at any given time. Conor McGregor has already won 2 belts in 2 different divisions, and now he wants to make history by obtaining 3 belts. So he's been going up in weight so that he can fight in the welterweight division. Now, the fact that Conor McGregor is the biggest money draw in the entire UFC does come with some perks. Let's tell you why Kamaru Usman recently appeared on TMZ talking about the Irishman's chances to have a shot for the title. As of now, Usman is set to fight Leon Edwards, and winning would open up a space for someone else to take a swipe at him in the welterweight division. Dana White has been trying to get Conor McGregor in new fights at 170 pounds since he's about to make his comeback to the UFC. Dana has Nate Diaz's final fight in mind for that sensational third combat between the 2 legends. If Conor McGregor locks horns with Nate Diaz and wins that match, he can get a title shot against Kamaru Usman. The current welterweight champion Usman has already granted his blessing for a shot at the title. That's it. You make a comeback, fight an old guy, win that one, and get a title shot. Well, that's not how it works with every fighter. As we already told you guys, that's one of the perks Conor McGregor has for being the biggest money draw in the entire UFC. During his most recent interview on TMZ, this is what Usman said. If this little Irish wins, he gets a title shot now. This is getting a little messed up because we know someone else who's already been trying to get his title shot, and that man's name is Khamzat Chimaev. Currently, he's set to fight Colby Covington, as Dana White announced. If Chimaev won at 273, he would face Covington. So the fans have been considering Colby Covington the only barrier that stands between Khamzat Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman. As far as Nate Diaz's last fight is concerned, there's another fighter who wants to see him off. That man's name is Gilbert Burns. Yes, the Brazilian has recently expressed his desire to fight Nate Diaz in the Legend's last fight, so this is getting pretty interesting. Let's see what Dana White comes up with. Alright guys, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.